Okay, well, welcome to the Young in Love podcast.
Welcome.
We're here. How are you supposed to do the skit?
Oh.
Okay. Hey y'all, welcome to the Young in Love podcast. We're finally
What is Young
here.
in Love?
You never heard of the Young in Love podcast?
Have y'all heard of Young in Love? I thought it was Love Young. Like, what are you talking about?
No, Young in Love. They talk about parenthood, relationships,
Like
friendship.
parent-student type stuff?
Yeah, like student parenting.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dang, for real? So, like, what's the topic of this show then? Like, what's
So, I'm glad you asked.
Right.
Today, we're going to be talking about the transition from college student to student parent.
Wait, so are you a parent-student or a student-parent?
I'm both.
Okay then, dog. I
I'm
hear you.
both, yeah. So, actually, I think you're a student parent, right?
Man, I'm a parent, student, parent, bit. A little bit of everything.
So, how was that, transition for you? Because you were always a non-traditional student.
Yeah, I was about to say I've never been a traditional student a day in my life. Since the day I walked into college, I was in ROTC, I was in the military, I was doing a lot of things, so I was never a traditional student. I was always non-traditional, which actually worked out in my favor. I got a lot more life experiences that way, so I'm not complaining.
So how was your transition from to student parent? Because what is that like?
Student parent,
What is that like for a father?
I would say I feel like I was well prepared for it, most definitely. I went through a lot of obstacles and training and stuff like that prepared me for like the summer when he was born. I went to advanced camp,
Yeah.
like a leadership camp. So like that whole time,
That was hard.
yeah, God was like building me up to be a leader for the family.
Yeah, because
So,
you left when I was,
Yeah.
8 months pregnant?
Yeah, he was about to pop.
I was about to pop. I went past my due date. Thank God they let you change your dates because you were supposed to come home August 3rd. And his
Right.
due date was August 4th.
Right.
But thank God they let you change your dates. But you were gone that whole month.
Whole month of
And
June, man.
I feel like God separated us during that
to
time
build us.
to build us up
Exactly.
to be the parents we are today. And we're still growing
Mhm.
and evolving into parents as we learn because we're both first time parents.
And man, you always evolving. Every day is a learning experience.
Exactly.
You know, so yeah, I mean, I never just went to school, studied and stuff like that. It was either I was studying and getting ready for some type of training next week or training in the morning. And now, the only difference now is I'm studying but gotta change a diaper in about 30 minutes. So that's the only difference.
Change your diaper, breastfeed. I'm on my computer and breastfeeding at the same
Mhm.
time. I feel like as a parent, you definitely learn how to multitask.
But the best thing about parenting though is when you got the other parent or your partner or whatever that's on the same page.
Yeah,
Communication
for
is
sure.
key.
Like communication is key.
Mhm.
Like and even it's the small things.
Right.
Like I'll be like, yeah, how many ounces he drink today or whatever.
Or
If I'm
did he
coming
take his
from-
vitamin today?
Yeah, did he take his vitamin?
Yeah. Or like, hey, nose goes some changing them. Yeah, it'd be crazy.
Yeah, I'll be doing that in the middle.
Yeah, I mean, and I get way less sleep now. I remember one time I was away for training. Man, we was waking up at like 4 a.m. And this guy, man, I'll never forget him. He said, everybody talking about they quiet, they tired and all this and that. He said, try having kids, then you'll be tired.
No, for
And
real.
I'm not gonna lie, with me not being a daddy yet, but a soon to be dad, I somewhat felt that. Cause I was
Yeah.
like, dang, man, he got like, what, 3-4 kids? And he talking about, you think you tired now, wait till you have a kid? But I mean, if I was to go back and train it now, I'd probably have the best sleep in my world.
Yeah, for real, because
6 hours of sleep is praise.
Yeah,
A newborn
it
at
is.
that.
When I get 6 hours sleep, I feel well rested.
Even 3 hours.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think now, like as he get older, we're getting more sleep because he only waking up like once or twice throughout the night.
Right.
But the first couple weeks, man, oh my gosh.
But the
I
first
was-
couple of weeks wasn't that hard because I mean we was still starting school, so it wasn't. I'd rather him be like that the first week than be like this on exam week. You know,
yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
happy we have him now versus our junior year. Because our junior year, we were
Man.
working.
Wow.
Working. I'm
Working.
talking shooting a whole short film within 2 weeks. You studying clinical psychology.
Had like 20 flashcards.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all the time.
Is he too loud? Uh-oh. But put him in
Why are you sliding out of your thing?
Well, yeah, y'all, this is part of parenting. See how she just had to leave the show? Go change the diaper over there. This is what it's like.
Yeah.
And we'll be back soon. But yeah, I'm glad we didn't have him junior year either.
Yeah.
I mean,
that would have been.
Because, I mean, at least at this point in time, we're close to getting our degrees, already completed internship requirements and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, to be honest, man, like, you would think it's a hard journey that we're on, but I've never felt challenged. And that's because, you know, God is with me. I mean, you know what I mean? Because God overtakes the challenge. I'm just the vessel.
So you never felt challenged. So there was not one time during, you know, this new parenthood journey where you was just like, man.
Well, what's challenging to me wouldn't be what's challenging to the world. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, what's challenging to me is like, hey, man, you know, just keep your faith, just staying strong. But as far as, like, workload and stuff like that, it just felt like easy weight. It was never that. It was just more so just staying faithful. And really, the most challenging thing is not taking credit for anything that I've accomplished. You know?
Yeah, for sure. Like, honoring God through it all. And I'm glad you said that because I honestly felt like, don't get me wrong, you know, parenthood, I see where people say, you know, like, it's challenging. I feel like it's one of those things where it's challenging because it's new.
Yeah.
But, like, I feel like we've worked, like, so good as a team, like, working things out that it hasn't felt like a strain or a burden at all.
Exactly. I love my son. That's why that's another thing too. Like, I love my son.
Him.
So it's
He's
not
so
really
cute.
it's not
I love it so much.
It's not burdening me to take care of something so fragile.
Exactly. Even us, like, in our relationship, like, we've been able to maintain, like, our love for each other. And I actually fell in love with you even more after I had him.
I did too. That's still my stuff. She always stole my stuff. Yes, she did. Nah, I'm just playing. That's funny. Nah, but yeah, like school, like I'm very more. I say having a kid completed me. You know, like, you know, the Bible verse says a man should leave his family to go with his wife and start his own generation and stuff. It's like I feel completed. Cause that's the first command God said: be fruitful, multiply. So now that I've been fruitful and I've been multiplied, I feel completed. Like
even after delivery, like me in the delivery room after. I, you know, was able to conquer that, like, with God's strength, obviously, because I was saying that to myself.
I was there
so many times. So many times. Like, I'm just like, how you gonna walk this? Christ checking me. But, like, after that, I felt closer to God. Like, my faith grew so much. And I think, like, obviously, that's something that's so natural that, you know, God made our bodies for. Like, He created our bodies to be the vessel of birth. And to create more life.
I mean, think of it like this. I see like a woman in labor, like anybody in life. Everybody goes through labors and pains in life, you know. But the whole goal is when you wake up from this life, you be in a better life. You know, you're not in darkness no more. You know, this world is full of darkness. But once you're born into the light, fresh air, new people, new everything, everything's bright. You can see. It's kind of like heaven for real. If you think about it.
That is.
Labor pains. Yeah, everybody got labor pains.
Yeah, for real.
But I ain't trying to go through your labor pains. I ain't trying to go through those labor pains.
That was a story, bro.
Standing there 11 hours, 22
what
hours.
Your mom say?
Oh, yeah. Man, I'll tell y'all something funny, man. She was 5 centimeters. No, you was 6. You was 6 centimeters.
I was 7. I was 7 centimeters.
You was? I thought it was 6.
Yeah, because they didn't get there till I was like 7.
Oh, man, let me tell y'all. She was 7 centimeters. And man, when I take the last 3 is that lucky charm, boy. That's that lucky charm. I looked at my mom. I said, yeah, she's doing pretty good. She looked at me. She said, oh, no, she's about to change. Literally, by the time she got to 8, man, I thought it was an exorcism in there.
Man, I was like, we were in the bathroom. I'm like, babe, I can't do this anymore. I can't do this. And then I just felt a big drop in my stomach.
I kicked open the door.
Oh, I think he coming.
Hey, for real, I kicked open the door. It was crazy.
And then the nurses there, they said, all right, come on. They start suiting up, putting their gloves on. I said, yeah, it's happening.
It was crazy.
But it went by so fast, though, because, like, I still can't believe that.
It went by fast.
Now that I think about it, like, now that we're here, I'm like, dang, like, that just came and went.
Yeah, he's 3 months now. That's
3.
crazy. But I thought that day is still long. I'm still recovering from sleep from that day. It took me like 3 weeks.
Labor for, like, we were definitely up for more than 24 hours.
Yeah, So I was up for like almost 2 days straight. It was crazy.
Yes, because I was in labor at home before we even went to the hospital.
But I mean, that was still one of the most memorable days. I pray I never forget because that was
Me
like
too.
a beautiful day, man.
Like, I'll never forget the birth of my son.
Like, I was so happy. They said, "Yep, we're gonna keep her."
Oh yeah, we went down hospital. We was like, ooh, I prayed they do not send me home because
Yeah.
I was 41 weeks. I went way past my due date. Way past my due
Girl,
date.
you went 1 week past. Chill out.
Okay, but it felt like
It's
forever.
not way past.
They wasn't gonna let me go past.
Stop
2
dramatizing.
Shut up. But I would say, like, ever since we left the hospital with him, like, we've been.
I never got no more sleep.
Yeah, sleep's just. People are like, "Are you tired?" Yes.
I don't even say yes anymore. It's like, yeah, I'm just going.
I'm just here.
Hey, but I'm just trying to graduate.
At this point, like, we're so close to graduation. What do you think has been the one motivator to keep you going
For school?
for school? Because being a parent while in school is hard because you're a parent first, ultimately. Like, obviously, your child is going to be your priority. Not to say school isn't priority, but it's just the second priority. So,
Yeah,
like,
for
what's something that you've been doing to keep you motivated? Because me, I've been, like, not feeling school.
For something I've been doing to keep me motivated, I would say the biggest thing I've been doing to keep me motivated is remembering I came here with a purpose. I came here for something. I didn't come to college not to finish college. That's a no-go. I'm not about to, I've been invested literally my life. Like, I signed a contract with the military. I've invested
You
my
said,
life.
I'm going to college.
I've invested my life to graduate college. And I'm going to graduate college. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't free. I had to put in work, blood, sweat, and tears to get this degree. So I'm going to finish. But I would say, but being a parent now, I would say the extra motivation comes in when I walk in, like PT or something, I see them sleep on the couch, I'll be like, that's what it's about. They mouths be open like, I'll be like, yep, that's what it's about.
No, I will say, like, God definitely gave me everything I needed, at home. You and him are my whole life, literally.
Yeah.
So when I leave home now, it just feels so different. Like, even before me and you got together, like, I'll leave the house, I don't care. I'll be gone all day. But, like, now, if I leave the house to go to work or leave the house to go somewhere to hang out, I'm just like, dang, I can't wait to get back home and down.
Yeah, man, it's like it used to be one of me, now it's two other parts of me walking around somewhere.
3.
Yeah,
Number
3.
of completion.
Yeah, it's completed.
It's 3 of us.
Yeah, 2 more coming soon. No, I'm just playing.
Relax.
I'm just playing. Hey, y'all, take that with a grain of sugar.
Yeah. It's a grain of salt.
I know. That's my joke. Relax.
What'd you say sugar for?
Because it's supposed to be sweet. Kids are sweet. They're not salty.
Savory.
Huh?
Salt is savory, right?
What?
Isn't it like sweet and savory, or is savory spicy?
How about we just skip the conversation first? Yeah.
I was trying to.
Okay.
Okay, whatever. But anyways, yeah. So being a student parent is just. I can't wait to just be a parent.
Well, I'll always be something plus a parent, man. Because if I dedicate my whole life to parenting, then who am I going to be outside
of parenting?
So
that is a great point.
So I can't say that everything's my life, but I'll say that God blessed me with certain things so that I will be a part of my life for sure.
Exactly, because that's one thing I want to make sure is that I still maintain my own life outside of my sons and our kids. Even our marriage, like, I think we, should have our own thing. And I think we've been good with, like, allowing each other time to have alone time for ourselves. Like, whether it's you going to the gym or you going to hang out with some of your bros or something of that sort. I think we've both been very understanding with giving each other the space and time to enjoy ourselves outside of our family home.
Yeah, man, I feel you, man. Hey, just take time just to sit back and smell the roses. Like, now, if I take a test, bro, I really sit back and just think, like, yeah, I'm going to that test. One step closer,
Yeah.
I mean, when it seems so far, man, you got to just keep going. Keep on pushing. That's how you got to keep on going. Don't quit.
Don't quit. And it could seem so much harder when you're so close to the finish line, too.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, when it may be near, but it seems so far. You got to keep on going, got to keep on pushing. But aside from parenting and stuff, what would you say is the biggest thing you learned from just being in college in general?
Mm. I would say the biggest thing I learned is I think it helps to find your or question your purpose.
Yeah.
I think that's a point I'm at in my life right now. Like, I'm going to college, I'm studying production, I'm doing all these things outside of school, but what is my purpose within all of these things? Like, where am I headed with everything that I'm learning? So I think I think that's a big motivator for me is like, okay, what's my purpose and how am I using all of these skills I'm learning to work towards my purpose?
Man, a mentor of me once told me that going to college is more than about getting academic education. It's about getting life education too. I can tell you right now, man, college has been some of my brokest days. Been some of my brokest days.
Man.
Days when I'm like, dang, all I got is these noodles to eat.
I will never
days.
forget that time when me and you, we was both down bad.
Yes.
And we had one pack of ramen noodles left, and we was sharing that one pack.
Dang. Yes, a 727?
Yeah, 727.
Yeah, no,
we
I
was
remember.
sharing that, and I don't ever eat ramen noodles. So the fact
I
that
do
we didn't
love
have
ramen
Falcon
noodles.
Dollars, we was both in between jobs, and this was before he came along, thank God.
Right.
But like, we were literally down bad, and it's the fact that we ran out of ramen noodles took a lot, because ramen noodles is always like that storage meal.
Cause it was like we was running out of food, but we kept on having food to eat.
Yeah, we was just finding stuff.
Just finding
Remember,
food.
Lady didn't even have no dog
Yes,
food,
I
and
do
she was
remember
eating
that.
food out the freezer.
And you had bought her some food. You bought
Yeah,
her.
I finally bought her. I finally got paid and bought her some food. Man, Lady, she looked sick. She looked like she had
Hey
eaten
man,
in
God
weeks.
bless that dog.
And I remember you went away for drill, and I had got her some food, and I had got her some treats, and man, she ate that up.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, man, it was rough. That's crazy, cause it's like when you get through things like exactly like that right there. What I was talking about, those trials, like that time itself wasn't overbearing, but it was keeping faith.
Yeah,
That was the overbearing part. You know what I'm
exactly.
saying? Like keeping faith isn't
faith
easy. Keep on walking the straight and narrow path, because I could have turned all types of directions. Man, I could have quit school. I could have
Start selling drugs.
I could have started selling drugs. Started finding ways to cope, but I just kept on going.
I could have.
I was about to lose my scholarship, literally.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah,
I could have
so-
found a job down at the club.
Exactly, man. I mean,
Then,
it was ways to get that quick money, but I knew there was other ways that.
But it also was in my heart to do those things.
Like my heart was like, look, God got me here for a reason, so that reason is going to be accomplished.
And I think
Can't go back void.
Yeah, and I think something else is that everything is temporary. Bad times are temporary, and good times are temporary.
Right, but God lasts forever, so stay with Him.
Right, exactly. Keeping faith is the biggest lesson of it all, and
For
that's
real. Okay,
one
then.
of the
Of it
lessons.
all.
That's
Of
one
it
of the
all.
lessons that I have learned amongst especially the last 2 years of my college career.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll definitely say that my faith has grown stronger, and just I've surrounded myself with more people who also have, genuine hearts, so that helps to be free around them and grow around them and just share your perspectives with them. And I think like even me and you, our relationship, like we may not always agree on things, but we're definitely both open-minded people.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that caters to our communication, because I think we're really good communicators.
Yeah, me too, man. I mean, some people said we couldn't do it. Like, we shooting a podcast with the baby.
Right.
Like,
Literally.
like,
shooting a podcast with the baby.
like,
So many
I would say the
people.
craziest thing we done did with the baby. Oh, yeah, I went to this work trip in Virginia, bro, in West Virginia. And we drove down there, man. I'm thinking this might be a mini vacation.
No.
Literally got like
We
maybe
got
2 hours,
2
of,
hours
sleep
of sleep.
out of 2 days we was there. Like, it
The
was
baby would not.
go to
He
sleep.
would not go to sleep for some reason. I think he just knows when he's not at home,
Yes.
and he knows when he's.
And it wasn't even that he
in a
was
new
crying.
place.
It was just that he was up.
And like I don't like to just sleep when he's up, because I don't know what you're doing. Like I
Yeah.
can't pay attention to you. So the fact that we thought that was gonna be a mini vacation, it was not.
Shoot, it was
It
just
was
a,
not.
I mean, the food was good at least.
Yeah, the food.
I mean, it was definitely it was a business trip.
It was a business trip. Yeah.
But yeah, man. I mean,
cool. We was so
traveling.
ready to go back
I mean, we done went so many places with the baby. It's crazy.
already.
I mean,
we
done shot videos. We did a photo shoot yesterday, the other day with the baby.
Yes, I was with you, baby carrying him.
Yeah.
Like I posted it. I said, "Who said mommies can't do it all?" Because I just feel like when you say like, okay, you're gonna have a baby, like people automatically think limitations. Why do you think that is?
Limitations, because people's minds are limited. They think of impossible, but they only think of it. But they don't think of it from a possible viewpoint. There's no such thing as impossible, because it's I'm in front of it. I'm possible, not impossible.
Okay,
Think about that.
Yeah, I'm possible. Because
Yeah,
everything is possible.
I'm possible with Christ.
You know, and that's one thing my cousin said. She said, "I don't ask that God make it easy, but she asked that He make it possible."
Exactly. That's all you gotta do, man. I mean, look, man. God writes a path for everybody's life, bro. You just gotta walk it.
Exactly.
Don't
And you
turn
gotta
around.
be open to it. You can't take your own path, but it's not gonna work out.
Yeah, there's no such thing as multiple truths. There's just one truth.
True.
Yeah, man. You know.
Yeah.
So it just, hey, man. Look, I can't listen. I done came to a standpoint in my life now. I realize the only thing that really matters to me now is my relationship with God and those He blessed me with. So now,
Exactly. And
anything that comes
nurturing
my
those-
way, I'm like, I can't break that relationship. So it is what it is.
Yeah, nurturing those relationships, taking care of God's blessings.
Exactly.
Don't abuse them.
Exactly. Yeah, maintenance your blessings so your blessings can grow and be blessings to others. It's like a fruit tree. When the seed grows into a tree, it's feeding a lot of people.
Yeah.
Now, if they're going to keep on planting seeds, that's up to them. But the blood ain't on my hands. As long as I warn them, that's all I can do.
As long as you told them the truth, you shared the truth that God gave you, then it's out of your control at that
Exactly,
point.
man. You know, He give me these things that the world calls as struggles. I call them blessings. Like a baby, it was like, oh, you're not going to graduate. You know, that's actually funny. Think about this. It's a proven statistic that males drop out of college the most when they have a kid as opposed to females. But me, I'm finishing college. I'll tell you another statistic that's been beaten, right? Just being African American. Being African American at PWI, having a kid, all this and that. You know how many side looks I done got? From professors, from people and stuff, you know what I'm saying? It's not even like, I'm not even saying like, it's because I'm at PWI. I'm saying like just statistics and the standards that the world has against minorities and stuff like that. The expectation. Overcoming all that stuff.
Exactly.
So
you
then,
know how many times people were just like, oh, okay, so like, you're not going to finish school? I'm like, that was never questioned. Like, us finishing school, when we found out I was pregnant,
that means you want to finish school faster.
Exactly. I'm like, all right, look, we got one more year.
Yeah,
that was never in the question, like, okay, are we going to stay?
It was never a thought.
It was never a thought. Like, we automatically was like, okay, how are we going to do
because
this?
his life depends on that degree.
Exactly.
Well, okay, it don't depend on the degree, but you know what I'm saying? Like, the success that we get.
Yeah, it depends on us.
Yeah.
And what sense would it have made to drop out of school 1 year before you got to graduate? Like, we got 1 year, especially as seniors, you know, this is a time when you don't have that many credits. Exactly. You know, you're about to be a part-time student next semester. This is a time when...
All right, don't tell too many people that. No, I'm just
like, this is a time when we're still... right, I'm sorry. Cut that part out. But this is a time where we're wrapping things up. So, you know, it's very possible with him. And especially us working together. You know, I know it's definitely harder when you're a single parent.
I'll tell you something else that's even real hard. It's so hard, made me study a little bit. Man, some of my best people didn't even support me during that time. Man. I got laughed at. They like, oh, you about to have a baby?
Talked
about, man, behind my back and everything. And
it was just sick.
And now they see me do it, they be like,
yeah,
man, that's him. Like, he's still doing this thing.
Exactly.
Like, who said I wasn't?
And they see us still growing strong too. Like, we happier.
Bro, you know how many people thought we was gonna break up when we first got together?
You know how many people thought I was gonna be a single mother?
But you know how people thought I was gonna be in the house?
You wasn't gonna support, like, I would literally...
we about to get married soon. Like,
yeah, like, I would literally, I would
date
go
coming,
around...
say the date.
I don't know what the date is. I'm just kidding.
She don't.
Do you know how many times I would just walk around, you know, pregnant, and someone would be like, yes, the father's still there?
Bro,
like, yes.
Oh my gosh, man.
Like,
Let's talk about it. So many feministic viewpoints on fathers. I mean, it's like fathers are not appreciated. Like, okay, it's like this. I worked for CPS, right? And I'll tell you like this, man. Even if the mother is dead, the case will always be in the mother's name. As a matter of fact, I'll go even deeper. If you're not married and the kid is born, the dad don't got no rights over that kid. That's crazy to me.
That's crazy.
No parental rights. Even if it's full blown evidence that he's the daddy and they say he's dad, it's no proof. You know why? Because they said the father can be anybody. I feel like that's the sickest thing in society in America. You know, we talk so much about having fathers in the home and stuff. We don't even respect fathers in one being in their own home.
Exactly.
Let alone if you get a strong standoff woman that you had a kid with. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
who don't like really respect your relationship and
right,
like, don't
respect
care
our
that you're in the home.
or gives you the confidence to lead the home. You know what I mean? So I mean, if I'm not, listen, one thing about this, and this is human nature. They're not. If you don't feel respected somewhere, you're not gonna stay. You know, I'm not saying it's ever good to leave your family. I'm not saying that. But I do believe that it's a nice amount of fathers out there who probably done left home because they wasn't being respected at home.
Yeah, for sure.
They didn't necessarily leave their kids or nothing, but if you don't feel respected, if you don't feel appreciated, why would you stay? Women too.
Well, what do you think? Like, I understand not feeling respected, but what do you think another choice the man could take instead of leaving the home? Because that just leads to more broken families. That leads to more unstable children, unstable mothers. Like, I get if the mother is, you know, sitting in the home, disrespecting them, like, belittling them as a man. Because I know a lot of women who are against submitting to their man. Like, who don't believe, like, okay, just because you're a man, that don't mean you get to do this, that don't mean you get to do that.
That's because people don't understand.
They don't
understand.
I think that they think submitting is like getting on your knees, bowing down to them. But it's just more like respecting their role, respecting the man's role. Like, okay, he's the leader of the house. Exactly.
Like, for example, like when you say, I don't know if you should go to that party, baby, even though I'm asking for you. Not, but you know what? You're right, babe. Maybe I shouldn't go to this party. Why would I put myself in that environment?
Right. Or anything can happen.
Now, as far as like what you can do to not leave the house, I'm glad you said that because I wasn't promoting leaving the house. I'm glad you said that. This is verse in the Bible. It talks about how even if the significant other isn't a believer, you know, stay with that person because you might be able to save them through your belief because y'all one flesh now.
Exactly.
You know, y'all not two separate people, y'all one.
And your belief will eventually inspire them.
Well, it'll either inspire them or it'll push them
turn them away.
It's one or two. It's one or the other. But, you know, your relationship with God alone can save that person. Like, okay, I'll tell you like this. Who was it? Okay, I had brain fart. I ain't gonna go that far. But what I'm saying is that, you know, what I believe in can either divide us or bring us together. We're either evenly yoked or we're not yoked at all.
Right.
You know, so I mean, my mom always says just because you got kids with somebody, don't mean you gotta be married to that person. And she said that before we even had kids, which I understand. I truly do because it's a lot of parents in the home, right? Like, it's a lot of fathers in the home. It's not a lot of daddies in the home. Like, you know, I can be a father in the household, but am I being a daddy or am I being a father? You know, I can still be absent, still not fulfilling that role. Like, you could be in the household, like, we could be married, but you could have a job that you always away from home. So are you really being a mother? I mean, that's like a single parent household just on a contract.
Are you really being a wife or like playing your role at home?
Exactly, is your role being accomplished at home? And to combat that, communication, like my dad told me, communication is number one. If y'all do not communicate, and the way y'all communicate to each other, you know, cussing each other out, all this and that,
yelling at each other, disrespecting each other.
Exactly, but having a nice, normal conversation takes you a long way. You feel me?
Yeah.
It's just a lot of things that takes you a long way. But I would say communication, being open and honest. It might sound cliche, but if you know the communication I'm talking about deep communication, like how we're talking right now. Like, hey, babe, I didn't like that yesterday. Yeah. Instead of me like, why the fuck you said that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, but
I think that's something that we do.
It comes apart. It comes a time and place where it's too late. You can't save it no more. You gotta go.
Yeah.
Because one thing you ain't gonna stand for is standing there being disrespected.
Yeah, that's true. And like,
I mean, even God says there's a day where it comes too late. Just because you living on me, you can still be saved. It comes a day where you just walking dead. You know. So yeah, everybody got a day when it's too late.
Yeah, and I just think like going back to what we were talking about with fathers and mothers in the home, like I think that, you know, a reason why we would have gotten questioned so many times about our relationship and even, you know, pursuing parenthood and choosing to be together in a family is because we see so many broken homes. We see so many single mothers, even single fathers. Like, you know, we don't see that many families who are still together. Like, if you are a person, it's very rare. If you are a person in your family, if your mom and dad are still together, like, that's something that's
something to brag about.
Yeah, like, that's something that's really good because,
that's
you know, exactly. And so I think that was something also. That was an inspiration. Yeah, we had that in common. That was an inspiration to this podcast because I really wanted to just show that, like, young love can prevail. Like, even young love. Like, we see a lot of older couples.
What is a baby daddy?
Yeah.
Like, what is a baby mama?
Like, no.
Like, but one thing I never had somebody call me is a baby daddy. Heck, I'll tell you a story, man. One time I was at work, you had came to give me some food and stuff, and my boss, she was like, yeah, I saw your baby mama out there. I said, you mean my fiance? Baby mama, like, what the heck? I was like, baby mamas are women who's not in their kids' lives or, you know, disrespecting all that ratchet stuff. Like,
people just
don't ever call me a baby daddy. Like,
I just think
that's the most disrespectful thing. If you gonna call me anything, call me the father or so child, but don't call me no baby daddy. Like, we ain't
or no
kids.
baby mama. Like, that was something. I remember I was pregnant, and this was before we were engaged, of course. And someone had called me a baby mama, and I'm like, oh no. Like, no, I'm not no baby mama. We not doing that.
Even if I started to hate you, which I pray I never will, I'd be like, nah, that's the mother of my child.
Like, put some respect on it. Like, put some respect.
Like, she the reason I'm fruitful right now. I'm about to call you my fruit tree.
Shut up. But yeah, like, I just think that's something that's just, I just think that's something that's so important to promote. Especially our generation, because we see a lot of people not.
What's a girlfriend, bro?
Like, people not.
I mean, okay, don't get me wrong. You gotta start with boyfriend, girlfriend, but like, what's a 18-year girlfriend, man?
What's the situationship?
Yeah, what's the situation? What's the sneaky link? Like,
what is talking?
Don't get me wrong. I'm guilty of all these things, man. But once
we've all been there. But
once I start growing up out of it, I start really thinking for myself, and I allow God to lead me, because I mean, I can't be judged for what I don't know. But once I learned, I took the time to actually learn and stuff. Like, stuff is so stupid. We just destroying each other.
Exactly. We need to promote love more than hate, and that is what Young in Love is. We are welcoming, comfortable environment for uncomfortable conversations.
Yes.
So.
Wait. So, real quick question: where Young in Love come from? Who came up with that name?
You had to go there. Like,
who came up with that name?
My precious fiance came up with that.
Thank you.
You probably did it because your last name is Young.
No, I just, hey,
but,
man.
like, also, we're young and in love, so, like, that's what that is. But,
you hear me?
Yeah, whatever. But,
yeah.
So, what's something that you learned from this podcast today? That's something that you're leaving with.
Something I'm leaving with? Iron sharpen iron and feeding off one another.
Yes.
I mean, hey, this right here is why I'm in a good relationship, supporting each other's dreams.
Exactly. He's supporting me and I support him.
Unwavering support. I'll be for real, but I didn't think I was going to do this today. But, I got to support, got to take care of home, and we're here. So that's something I learned, man. Just keep on supporting each other.
Yes. Well, thank you for doing this with me.
Of course. Yep, I love you too. Bye.
And thank you for watching this episode. See you guys next time.